Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. Well, today I wanted to show you how I like to make my coffee on the Hobo stove. And I thought as something different we'd go ahead and fuel the fire with these pine cones. These are loblolly pine cones. And that'll be plenty to get the water to a boil. The way I like to make my coffee is just to get this water boiling, take it off the heat, put a heaping teaspoon of Folgers coffee in it, put the lid back on it, still off the heat, and just let it steep for 10 minutes. Makes great coffee. Then I do a slow pour into my cup, and those grounds stay right in the bottom. So I've already got some honey and some half and half in here. So let me show you how easy making coffee can be. These are loblolly pine needles. People accuse me of using an awful lot of pine products, and today I am. I'm using the pine needles and the pine cones, but it's a convenience for me to use pine products. I can use leaves for tinder bundles, but that always adds 1 to 2 minutes to a video because it takes so long to aerate it and to bring it to flames. I could use tulip poplar. I could use the inner bark of tulip poplar, but that's more processing than I want to do. If you make as many videos as I do, you do not want to spend a whole bunch of time processing tinder. I mean, even in the individual videos, you see that I make 3, 4, sometimes 6 and 7 fires. You do not want to process that much tulip poplar or have to wait around for me to ignite that many leaves tinder bundles. So it's just a convenience to use pine products. Let's go ahead and get started. That 8 pieces of char cloth that we made and probably about 3 or 4 videos ago. And you see I'm working in wind again. I always seem to be working in wind. Now this tear right here must have been with the bias of the denim. I need to tear it across the bias so that there'll be some thread sticking out. And when you do flint and steel, it's very important to take your time, get the edges just right, get the threads just right, take all the time you need to try to find the right sharp edge on your shirt. I forgot to bring out my steel made from a Nicholson file. Search that in my channel for that video also. Don't let it overlap the edge. You want it to be just barely behind the edge. And just take your time with flint and steel, you'll have better results. Give that a chance to catch. Now, once I get some good coals started in the bottom of that stove, I'll put my pot support on there. And let me show you this up close. this piece sits down on the lip of the can first, and then this one joins up in the center and sits down on the can also. So you might say, well, why don't you just sit it on top of the lip of that stove? That makes smoking. You have to have the bottom of your pot needs to be at least 3/4 of an inch above the top of this stove, or else you'll get more smoke than you want. All right, when those burn up to coals and drop down in there, then we'll go ahead and start. Go. Well, right now the flames are licking the pot, and that is the quickest way to get a boil on, to have those flames actually touching the pot. That water was 37 degrees, what I have the refrigerator set on. So you can get 72-degree water to boil in 5 or 6 minutes when there's no wind. That might be all we need for fuel. Boy, I like these Yeti cups, don't you? They'll keep coffee hot for hours, and it seems like they'll keep ice and cold drinks cold for a long time also. All right, let me get set back up, and I'll show you how I steep it. Saturate all of these coffee grounds and they'll sink to the bottom. All right, let's let that sit for 10 minutes. All right, let me show you the nice slow pour that I'm talking about. And I got just a little bit of floaters in there, but there's almost no substance to those at all. I tell you, you got to believe me on this one. This is a very easy way to make some quick hobo stove coffee. There will be almost no grounds in the very bottom of that cup when I get done. But do you think a little bit of grounds bothers me? I eat chocolate covered coffee beans. So if there's a little bit of grounds in the bottom, it doesn't bother me. It all goes down right along with the last sip. Let's see how that half and half and that honey and that good strong coffee, let's see how it tastes. Oh man, it's kind of creamy and smooth. Oh, that's so good. That is really good. I gotta drink it down low enough to get my cap on there, because I still have to go to the walking trail. I'm gonna take it with me on my way. Make sure all that honey is dissolved up off of the bottom of that cup. That's good. All right, y'all. Really good coffee. You ought to give it a try and let me know how it works out for you. I appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.